What's going on, YouTube? It's the Green Shiz here. I have emailed a director at CGC Trading Cards inquiring about the new increase of CGC 10s, and they actually responded. So I'm going to jump into that. But today, just to let you know, on Professor Oak's channel, I'm going to be going live with him just for a general market discussion. I'm sure maybe some type of interview, have some questions for me. So definitely check that out. Also, I would absolutely love if we could get this video to 100 likes. I've only, I think, achieved that one time, and I'm closing in on 300 videos. So I'd greatly appreciate that. Slam that like button. So I'm going to read word for word my correspondence with CGC Trading Cards, and there was probably 5 emails from me, 5 emails from him, going back and forth discussing this. This again was at the director level at CGC Trading Cards. Not going to drop any names, but I'm going to get into this right now and not waste anybody's time. So here it is. So this all started on Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you've been well. This is from me to them. And obviously the main goal is to obviously stay professional and not come at them in any way aggressively, because then you won't get a response. So and I'm wholeheartedly genuine in these mails, trying to get a real answer. So, and you'll see that in this correspondence. So, first email's from me. Happy Friday. Hope you've been well. Was wondering why the sudden increase of CGC 10 cards coming out versus the first year and a half of business. I have tracked listings and sales frequently since the company's inception, and they have essentially 50x'd the quantity of 10s in the last month and a half. Having been someone who was an early adapter of the company and have invested $20,000 plus into grading cards at CGC, the sudden influx has me concerned of a new standard that does exist. Anything helps. Have a great weekend. So I didn't expect anything that day. So he did come back to me on Monday after the weekend. So he said, "Hi, Josh, sorry, not involved in the grading of the cards at all, period." Obviously, I understand. So this was my response. I understand completely. Is there someone else I could speak to regarding this? The response from the CGC director: "Hi, Josh, sorry, our graders typically do not speak to the public. You could certainly talk to customer service, but I am not sure if there are any more plugged into the grading than me. So my experience with customer service is dog bleep. I reached out to them recently because I had a FedEx next day delivery, 2 of them, and they were shipping to my old address. I tried reaching out to them at least a couple days in advance, never got a response, and they never could change anything. It had to be changed on their side because they had indicated it was shipping to a business, and because of that, I couldn't make any changes to the delivery. It had to be done on CGC side, and customer service just blatantly didn't respond. So I knew that wasn't gonna fly. So this was my response. I agree. I do not think I will get the answer I want from the customer service team. The grading team doesn't have a manager or lead grader that I can speak with on this. So I'm just wanting to get some information from somebody." And again, he responds, "Hi, Josh. As I mentioned before, the graders are not able to speak to the public. Sorry." I understand. This is my response. I understand, but I'm having a hard time understanding why no one at CGC, the grading company, can speak to the grading. Grading is the service I paid for in this situation. Having been an early adapter and investor in CGC graded cards, I really would love to speak with a director that oversees the grading. The response: "Unfortunately, that is not something that is possible. Sorry, there are many people that have issues with grading, and none of them are allowed to speak with the grading team. There must be a line between the submitters and the graders to keep the impartiality in place." My response: the difference here is I don't have an issue with my grades. Actually, 0 comment about my cards and grades I've received. Just curious about the influx in 10s, which is statistically backed. Period. Response: this was the last response I received from CGC. So, "Hi, Josh. Totally understand. I could tell you that the POP report should be out within the next few weeks. Hopefully that will help answer some of your questions. And my final response was, actually, no, it will not answer any of my questions because there's no date timestamp on those cards that were graded. I'm more curious about what changed in the last month and a half, and the pop report's just going to show me a mass quantity. And never got a response. I don't expect another one. Basically, it's a fine line in the sand that CGC grading trading cards has nobody that can speak to grading to the public at all, which is really strange. I don't know. There should be some clearness. Like, I know at PSA, when people have had serious issues, I know Professor O'Callaghan had the issue where he submitted a card complaining, like, this is not a real 10. Tell me how this is a 10. He was able to get to a director level, and the director was able to say, hey, dude, this is a 10. That's what you got. This is what it is. Even though it was not. The thing was trashed. But you're able to get to some level at PSA to discuss something. If it's a dire need, you need to. Like, it can happen. But it doesn't seem that's going to be the way at CGC unless you know somebody even higher or something that I do. But pretty interesting. Pop reports will be out within a few weeks. That's cool. Unfortunately, it didn't help me in my situation at all. I was really hoping to get some more answer on the CGC 10s, but it seems like it's pretty clear that something's changed. He can't speak to it. He obviously is a director at CGC, doesn't do grading. Something's changed. They're not going to come out and say it. They're going to kind of keep it behind closed doors, and the pop report's not going to show old versus new, so it's just going to show one pop. So I think we're here for the new future, but again, time will tell. It's not dead in line in the sand. I think we got to give it a little bit of time, but it definitely seems true. I'm going to be tracking PWCC CGC 10s. I'm going to look back on all the prior weeks, and I'm going to see how it goes like this. And that'll show us. So I know there's been an average of 3 or less every week, essentially, and they've all been Japanese. So it's going to go up. We'll see that happen, actually. So I'm really excited for this pop report finally in a few weeks. They said Q1, which Q1 ends in a week. So they're not sticking to that. That's the last thing I heard before this. But this is definitely straight from CGC. It's coming in a few weeks, so look forward to that. And again, I support CGC. Like, I just graded my first edition Charizard with CGC. They have some uses. But mint vintage cards, likely that's a PSA thing. I've took fat L's by sending and getting 9.5s on my vintage 1996 Japanese cards. And that is what it is. So I got to now go through all these and see which ones I'm going to crack and submit to PSA. Once some of these make sense, maybe to send at $50 tier, but a handful of them are probably $25-ish tiers if I'm going for 10s. So it is what it is. But I'm going to leave y'all with that. Again, if you wouldn't mind slamming that like button, I really want to see 100 likes on this video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Let me know what you think about that pop report. Are you excited? Have you been holding, like I have been holding some cards, hoping they are on the top of the pop report. So let me know if you've been holding or if you've been looking forward to this. I'd like to hear it down in the comments. Let's open up some conversation about this. You guys have a good one. Peace.